Okay, so I tell you what I would recommend. I've done this before. I would absolutely recommend that you order chicken with black bean sauce and ask them for no vegetables, because then you take away all the filler and you just get to taste the sauce. And if you could somehow try to find uh, somebody that can possibly understand and ask them to make it sauce thick, then you'd really get to experience it. And with extra sauce and thick sauce, you'd really be able to taste it. And then you'll know what I'm talking about.
Well, I like the no vegetable policy slash trick.
Yeah.
Do they give you
They'll probably charge you more too. I'm sorry, but they'll probably charge you more too, because the vegetable is a filler. But then you'll really be able to taste it and really get what I'm saying.
But I don't understand. Wouldn't all their sauce be made in like one giant batch? How do they make it thicker for you?
Well, I can't even get them to make it thicker. You really think I can get them to explain that to me? Even if I could get them to explain it, I don't think they would reveal that sort information. So,
Have you ever charged behind the counter?
Well, since there's COVID, there's the protective plastic. So, and I've been sober for 3 years, so I haven't made that attempt.
Before COVID, there was no bulletproof glass in front. That's just not a Chinese place I've been to.
Well, that's New York. That's the difference between New York and New Jersey right there.
I spent too much time in Brooklyn. I don't know Chinese place without that glass on the counter. I'll say glass. I don't want to say it. I don't know, but it was some sort of thick glass.
Well, the lower end has fingerprints and hot sauce rubbed all over it. So I don't know.
Well, I have to say, you know, from my first experience with this dish, it was rather underwhelming.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, you know, and I've heard you go on about the sauce, and I actually really, just to get that experience, I ended up sort of slurping from the bottom of the dish where most of the sauce was. I literally took it to my, you know, took the dish to my mouth and slurped like soup to get that experience.
Because it wasn't thick.
Yeah, I wouldn't describe it as thick.
No, because they're trying to save money. So, Mike, let me ask you a question. What has anything in life ever overwhelmed you? I mean, I picture you having a firstborn kid and going, well, it wasn't what I thought.
Well, maybe that's
always stays perfectly whelmed, if anything.
Yeah, I'm not excitable. You know,
I kind of
that's a good description. Unexcitable.
Don't get so excited. Yeah.
That could be your new phrase, the unexcitable Mike Lisk.
So you know, the gravy. I mean, there were little beans in there. I can't say there was much taste to the little beans.
I didn't even notice beans in mine, to be honest.
You didn't even see any beans?
I guess they were like flecks of beans. Sorry, go ahead.
What kind of beans?
They were so small, like they looked like flecks of black beans. Like
flecks of beans.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
No problem.
Well, Greg, it sounds like you went to a place where they don't sell it very often, so it might have been sitting and they might have just shrunk. Yeah. They've been in the sauce for so long.
Oh my God.
And Mike, it sounds like you went to the $3.99 place. What was the dinner? $3.99 up until 6:30.
No. This is my quality place I've been going to. It wasn't bad. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. It was somewhat enjoyable. It reminded me of like almost sort of like chicken with broccoli, but with more vegetables, no broccoli, with different vegetables and a slightly, I guess, would you say the sauce is a little sweet?
No.
What is the taste I should have been tasting?
It's a combination of very well done onions and maybe almonds. It's hard to describe black bean sauce because you really have to have had it to know what the taste is. You know, I can't I can't get into it like somebody, a wine taster, and start telling you about the fragrance and the
Well,
nuts
yeah,
of it.
I feel like some guy who's just had his first glass of wine talking to some connoisseur about black
Yeah,
bean
well,
sauce.
I feel like I'm talking to somebody about wine, and you're telling me what kind of Welch's grape juice you drank. So I don't know.
I like Welch's.
Maybe well,
I like
congratulations.
Welch's grape juice better than wine. So
Do you save the little glass and it has the little cartoon characters on it? Do they still do that?
I don't know.
Okay.
What was your experience, Greg?
I think similar to yours, it was good. You know, I know the place I chose was higher end, classy wise. That was not my usual. I'm like that direct. I'm with you. It was fine. It seemed like a lot of dishes we've done, and that it seemed to be your choice of protein, pile of vegetables, and then whatever variation of sauce, gravy, whatever. So it was fine. I didn't really taste any flavor with the sauce. And I think it would be one of those things where I would never really think to order it again. But if I came and you said, hey, here's some chicken and black bean sauce, I'd eat it and be perfectly happy with it.
So let me ask the both of you, the places that you went to, the tables that you sat in, did they have tablecloths, or was it just like a table that didn't sit straight and you had to put your foot on the one of the legs to keep it straight?
Well, I had mine delivered, so.
Okay.
I went to a takeout place and did take it out. I mean, there are tables and they're generally occupied by the owner's kids.
Right.
So I did not sit down and eat it at the restaurant. One of the kids was playing a very loud cartoon on her laptop. So I think that would have been too distracting for me.
Well, just keep in mind that in 6 short years, that place is going to be hers. So
yeah,
I mean, the place I went to is a nice, classier, high-end restaurant. It's not the ones I usually joke about, the takeaway where it's bulletproof glass. It was $18, which isn't nothing considering the tiny portion, but
right.
Yeah, it was fine. I just didn't love it. Wasn't much to it. It's fine.
Wow.
So Jim, it sounds like you didn't make 2 new converts at all here.
No, I did not. I'm disappointed.
I haven't made one yet. I've been doing it for months.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg's having trouble enjoying anything that we do.
Well, no wonder you guys get along so well. It sounds like this is a great combination.
We liked a couple weeks ago. We liked something.
Really? I need to hear what show that was.
Did we already forget what it was, Greg?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Gentlemen's Premium Platinum Access. You can get that episode.
Well, listen, if you try hard enough, I'm sure you'll find something wrong with it.
If it's good, we make people pay for it.
No, I meant the food.
Either way.
There's nothing wrong with the show.
But yeah, it was fine. I think me and Mike are the same. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to try to convince you. I'm not going to try to convert you, because the whole premise of the thing is that I myself am having trouble finding a really good place. So if I have 35 Chinese restaurants here in the little town of Bayonne and there's only one that really does it good, I can understand that you didn't find a good place. But I don't know. Maybe Mike, when you come up to the little town of Bayonne, I'll bring you to Precious and you can have a dish and try your hardest to find something wrong with it. But maybe, just maybe, not Precious. What is it? Great Wall.
Great Wall, yeah.
Great Wall.
Do they even have tables in there?
They do, but they're taken up by the owner's kids. So
okay, it's fairly common wherever you go.
Or maybe the kids' kids. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I can't tell. But maybe that'll be it, and then you can do an update.
Yeah, that won't be soon.
I don't see it happening. So yeah. So I guess we'll leave it at that. What are you going to rip apart next week?
That's a good question.
Oh, and how about this, by the way? I think celery in any kind of Chinese food or anything else is like a bully. It takes over the flavor. It robs you of everything else, and that's all you taste. And I really hate celery, and I wish we could do away with celery. How about that?
How does it take over the flavor when celery has no flavor?
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh boy,
This is
All
what
right.
this is the fireworks I was hoping for.
No, I'm just asking. I'm not. I mean,
Okay.
Does
So
celery have a flavor? Here we go. Round
Of course
one.
it has a flavor. You bite into it and it tastes like somebody's armpits and it ruins everything that's in it. It's disgusting.
well, I think if you know what somebody's armpits taste like, that might be a problem, not the.
Well, I had to take the train to work for 15 years down on Wall Street. I know exactly what people's armpits taste like.
I think you're giving celery a bad name.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Take the A
really,
train.
I'm fairly neutral when it comes to celery, but I haven't actually seen it in
Celery
any
by
Chinese.
definition is neutral.
Oh, they pack it in there. It's like, well, what else can we throw in there so we can make some money? They throw it in there.
I haven't
Disgusting.
had that
It's like
problem.
Now, watercress has absolutely no flavor whatsoever. It's like throwing in a potato that dropped on the floor. That stuff has
Yeah,
nothing.
I'm with you on that one. The watercress doesn't do it for me.
Right.
Texture of
Yeah.
those can get. It's like I don't like carrots in fried rice because
Uh-huh.
a lot of times they're not cooked, and you know every bite they're annoying.
Right. Yeah.
Like
I-
they're
chip a tooth.
annoying.
They mess
You
with
could chip
the
a tooth on some of the uncooked carrots that they put in there.
Are you cooking?
What happened? You guys,
Who's
you
rattling
guys go to the
dishes?
bathroom or something? No, that's my best show water bottle.
Oh, okay.
Were you on the show?
On the best show? Yeah, I went on the best show and showed pictures on the radio. It was a fantastic episode.
That was not the point of having you on that show.
I know.
I thought
know,
you would have
I
been a
know.
good guest
Yeah.
in one of Jim's many hats that he wears. He was a aspiring paparazzi,
Yeah.
and
I was
he
a
would
fake paparazzi. I pretended to be one.
he would go to all these events and he would get pictures with celebrities, big names.
Yeah.
Jimmy Cagney of
Yes.
all people,
Uh-huh.
So I thought, that would be good gist to
Mhm.
talk about some of his encounters with celebrities, good and bad.
Sure.
He's
Yeah.
got many stories.
Yep.
Would you like to share one with us, Jim? Who was your best encounter? Well, we'll go to both extremes. We'll go best encounter, and then we'll follow up with your worst encounter.
Well, Clint Eastwood was the most entertaining because he was always very low key, kind of like you, Mike, and everything. And I always I just was like, the first time I saw him, I was like, oh my God, can I just get one picture? And I took a picture and he stood there, and I took another picture and another picture, and then he gets in his limo and he pulls away, and then all of a sudden the limo backs up, and the window rolls down, and he sticks his head out, and he's like, "You sure you just wanted one?" And he starts laughing like a maniac, and I'm like, I'm scared out of my mind, like, is this guy gonna like kill me, attack me or something? And I'm like, he's laughing, driving away, and I'm like, I was just like petrified, But then the worst people were the comedians, because you would think that they were the happiest, friendliest people. And like Jerry Lewis, they're just like the terrible, nasty people. I think
Jerry Lewis, I don't think I heard this story.
No, it's just Jerry Lewis in general. I just think he was having a bad decade. Every time I would see him, he was like, "Oh, I wish you were dead." He was like terrible, nasty. I think Laurence Olivier said that to me. He goes, "Oh, I wish you were dead." I was
He
like,
said
"You're
that to
closer
you?
it." Yeah.
Wow.
I told him, I said, "You're closer to it than I am, Pally." Just a nasty, nasty guy.
You said he wished you were dead or he was dead?
No, he said that he wishes that I was dead. I told him, "You're closer to it than I am."
You said Pally?
Yeah. I was trying to say limey, but it didn't come out the right way. I couldn't remember the word. I was only
he
17 at the time.
He did have sex with Vivian Lee. So.
All right, well,
Where
all
did
right,
that
I'll give
tidbit
him
come
that.
from? You just-
Just saying.
did you just read Vivian Lee's memoir? Or?
But if Lawrence Olivier insults you, the comeback would be cool. Now, what's it Vivian Lee like? Thank you. That's all.
Well, yeah, I think I was 16 or 17 at the time. I don't think I would think that fast.
And just so people know, this
You got lost in those dreamy eyes like everybody else. I mean, good
No,
looking-
Lawrence Olivier was wearing sunglasses at the time. There was no way I could get lost in his dreamy eyes.
okay, he can still get you.
all you had to do was lift them up a bit, right?
Yeah,
Get you with the laser beams.
Don't
I
think
know, right? Oh, that reminds me. Paul Newman invited me out to have a beer, and I was like, I'm 15 years old.
Uh-huh.
He had some kind of policy where he didn't sign autographs. I was like, okay. And he's like, well, I'll take you out for a beer. I'm like, I'm 15 years old. I don't know. Anyway,
you think that'd be
Um,
worse than having to sign an autograph.
I don't know. I think somebody like in the 60s or something asked him to sign an autograph when he was in the urinal. So he was like, that's it, I'm done.
Mm.
So anyway, nice guy though.
He's got good eyes too. Those peepers could cut through some sunglasses like Olivier.
Well, that's what got me thinking, those gorgeous blue eyes. What can I tell you?
Is that how you ended up friends with Mike? The
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
tractor beams just pulling you into masses.
Yup. Yeah. Yeah, like a Star Trek laser beam. He pulled me right in.
I know those dead gray eyes.
Those bedpan, unimpressed eyes just pulled me right in. I couldn't get out.
Permanently rolled back into the back of his dead eye.
As he looked at me, as I tried to eat my stolen Chinese food, and I got it all over the floor, and he looked at me with the look of disappointment and disapproval.
That's just his look.
Oh man, yeah, that's his look always.
Resting. What is it called?
resting
bitch face?
disappointed look. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Resting unexcitable boy face.
Right. Right. The only time Mike ever got happy is when somebody would fall off of a chair, or like get thrown out or something. Then he'd get excited. Then he'd start to smile.
Well, I got a little excited when one of my customers in the same bar, one of my customers urinated in the middle of the bar. And this is one of Jim's a very kindly person. He will help out the elderly, the infirm.
You can take that? Somebody getting a fax strip or something? Okay. Was that Mike? Did we lose him?
Yeah, no, I'm back. It's I'm inundated with marketing phone calls all day long here.
You didn't get a Chinese menu faxed over to you?
Was it Clint Eastwood?
No, it wasn't Clint Eastwood.
I
Anyway,
used
yeah.
to get
So
a fax. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. Tell him about
so
the thing on the floor.
one of Jim's charity projects. He's very charitable. He gets involved with
He's doing that.
customers' lives. He tries to help them out. I go as far as helping them out the door, but Jim will get involved in their lives and help them out with shopping and the rides around town, the whole bit. And one of his buddies, let's say he's not all there. I couldn't see what he was doing. He was under the impression that somebody was in the bathroom, so he thought it was occupied. It wasn't. And while waiting, he couldn't wait anymore, and he urinated in the middle of the floor. I couldn't see what he was doing. I didn't hear a trickle. It was very quiet.
Wait a minute. The middle of what floor?
The middle of the bar.
Okay. Now, I thought for a second I thought you had already gone in the back. He was in the bathroom, and I was like, if this motherfucker is telling me a crazy bar story about some guy listening on the bathroom floor.
No. This is in the middle of the bar outside the bathroom.
Yeah.
And because of the level of the bar, I couldn't see what was going on below his chest. Below his waist. Let's put it that way.
Oh,
because I remember, he sort of tilted his head back. You know how guys, some of them really luxuriate in the act, so he's doing that.
I don't know what porn you're watching, Mike, but
And while he's doing that, I said to him, I said, what's going on? I won't use his name. What's going on? You look like you're having a flashback or something, And, he just sort of came out of it and he's like, oh, nothing. He's like, is somebody in the bathroom? I said, no, nobody's in the bathroom. And then he went in there. I don't know I guess maybe he still had a little left. And he came back out. And then another customer shortly afterwards went in the bathroom. He comes back out. And I guess he sidestepped the puddle in the middle of the room. And he tells me that this guy pissed on the floor. And so I'm thinking, like you thought, I thought he pissed on the floor in the men's room. No, I come around the bar, there's a puddle in the middle of the floor. And that
ball
was
been there, Mike List.
What's that?
Ball been there, bro.
No, I've never done that. You've done that?
Probably. I no, but we've all done.
I did it in my house.
You tell a very famous story in your book. See, I'm going to give you a plug, Greg.
Oh,
Greg wrote about his experiences in Williamsburg, called Williamsburg Rats, and you
Rats?
there's a very detailed story in there about public urination.
Okay.
So if that's your thing, I recommend that you check out Greg's book.
If that is your thing, then you need to be reading my book.
Any incidents with that, Jim? Public
With,
urination?
No.
No. That
No,
is surprising.
No. Yes, that is very surprising. Yeah.
Oh, Duke of O.
Hey, how is Eddie doing? Have you seen him or heard from him lately?
I thought we were going to leave his name out of this, but
I didn't say it was him.
Well done, gentlemen.
No, I'm not in Bayonne very much anymore. My visits are short, and
Yeah.
I'm out of there while I extract things from my apartment.
Okay.
But no, I haven't seen Eddie. I understand his mother passed away.
She did, yeah.
I spoke to her often on the phone when she would call looking for her son. Her son being in his what would you say, late 60s, early 70s?
But he but he looked like he was about 75.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had problems with circulation in his feet.
He had problems with aim too.
Aim,
yeah. He never could quite get that right.
Aim was a problem in both the bars I worked at in Bayonne. Guys did not care. They would just get in there, whip it out, sort of general direction of the urinal. Good luck.
Have you never been a guy? I mean, this is how.
No, I'm a guy,
right?
but
How the bathroom works, bro.
Well,
But see, Mike doesn't understand too. When you get to a certain age, it's a double stream. There's two streams, and one of them goes to the left, and one goes to the way right or way up and high.
now that just means you have a piece of pubic hair stuck on your.
Yeah, there's a medical term for that. It's called fork dick. I can't have that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Right,
Now, since I have to clean it up for so many times, for years, I am very conscious of it when I use the bathroom myself. So
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
I get close.
I always told you put newspaper down to be like having a cat or a dog, but you don't want to listen.
Well, then you got to clean up the newspaper.
Right. But it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
I'm trying to come up with solutions, and I'm offering help, but
No, it was a mess. Both bars, wherever elderly guys collect, you're gonna have a mess. I'm back, guys.